What's up, fellas? Gilm here with your Week 4 Husker League update. Try to get something fired out real quick to you here. Sorry for the delay, but went back to work this week, so kind of been busy, and work sucks, So I guess get right into a few things. The Jose Fernandez passing, the accident, man, that just kind of tore me up. I don't know about you guys, but had him on a couple of fantasy baseball teams. He was one of my keeper players in the one that I have a dynasty league in, and just absolutely love the guy. One of my favorite players, and really bummed out. So kind of had some, we were cutting some onions on Sunday night, I guess to say the least, around my house, or I was anyway. So watching all that, and still haven't watched any of the stuff from yesterday. So I don't know that I want to do that, but just an unfortunate deal. Of course, Arnold Palmer passing, and just makes us all kind of reflect on how lucky we are, and just to be here and do this stuff. And I just hope you guys are having fun with this thing, and I know I am. So keep it going. Let's get into Week 4 here. And so game of the week last week, we had Cervix Crusader versus Edelman, Ladies and Edelman, and had just a small score, but 117-115, and Bryson picks up the W. And I know Ladies and Edelman just a little bit disappointed. You don't have to look too far to figure out why he lost that game. Of course, he had Ryan Pick Six Fitzpatrick in his starting lineup at quarterback, scores him just 7 points. And if you look down on his bench, his backup quarterback, Jameis Winston, sitting down there, old crab legs himself, scored in the 30s. So that was the difference. If he just made that start, made that change, it would have been an easy W for Ladies and Edelman. But as it was, he falls down to 2-1. Cervix improves to 3-0. He's the number 2 team statistically in the league, and looking to improve. Another matchup, Bender Over versus Pussy Slayer. Not much scoring, 100 points to 93. Bender Over improves to 2-1. Just one little stat on Bender Over. I don't think I've ever seen a guy get 38% of his scoring from one player. That's right, Doug. How the hell do you do it? You are the luckiest guy in the world. Marvin Jones scores 38 of those 100 points and gives him the W. Now, there was a possible win from the Pussy Slayer, but of course he got all excited Thursday night. Gronk was going to play and had a sure thing sitting on his bench, Eric Ebron, but he fired out Rob Gronkowski and, of course, took a 0. Big old goose egg, and Ebron scores enough that would have got him the win on Sunday. So it had to be sickening for Preston to look at that, but that's football, buddy. Sorry, man. So continuing on, the Horn Dogs versus Fuel Master Mike, just a 105-102 score. Horn Dogs took a 0 from Ryan Matthews, had LeGarrette Blunt, Tevin Coleman sitting on his bench. Huge points from those two guys. Still survives. Fuel Master Mike, of course, Tim sat Jeremy Hill against the Broncos. Logical decision. That made a lot of sense. I would have probably done that too. But obviously Jeremy Hill goes off. So continuing on, Turnpike versus Can't Touch My TDs. Turnpike 113, TDs 107. Not much TDs could have done. I looked at the matchup and the play and everything, but just wasn't anything he could have done. He would have lost regardless versus that roster that Turnpike put up. So Turnpike improves to 2-1. TDs falls to 1-2. Dick Insider versus Trump U. Dick Insider 178-166. And apologies to Trump U. Choi, buddy, sorry, man. I know you to beat anybody in the league but me, but the commish. Sorry, man. Had to be done. Obviously, I think you probably already know you actually could have won the matchup. You would have won by 1 point if you'd have just played Charles Sims over Fozzie Whitaker. The Foz. I think that's your new nickname, buddy. The Foz. So Dick Insider improves to 2-1, the number 4 team statistically in the league. unfortunately for Choi, he is still sitting at the big goose egg 0-3 and now down the line a little bit. And so we got the toilet bowl from last week. Of course, I called the dingus out. I told him, he wasn't doing so hot and he was probably going to lose that match. And how does he respond? Well, he damn near doubles up his opponent's score and wins 156-81 over Afternoon Delight. Brett, the hard luck loser, had been just a huge scorer coming in, only gets the 81 points and falls to 0-3 in the league. Kelly improves to 1-2 and keeps his hopes alive, still right on the bubble of the playoffs. And of course, we take 8 to the playoffs in this league, guys. So it's everybody's alive by far at this point. I think at the last part of the season will be when it's all finally decided. So don't, if you're 1 and whatever or 0 and whatever or even 2 and whatever, nobody's out of this thing. So don't forget that. But getting into week 4 matchups, the game of the week this week, I hate to pick the same guy, but Bryson, I got to pick you, man. You are just a great team. You are statistically the number 2 team. You're playing the number 3 team. So Cervix Crusader versus Turnpike Troubadours, or should I call Turnpike the Auto Drafters? I don't know. What should I call you, Brendan? 2 leagues with Brendan. He auto drafted both of them, and I think both teams are doing very well. So I guess maybe that's what we should do, guys. Don't draft your own team. Just let them draft a Yahoo. So as of right now, it's early Thursday night. Looking at the rosters, Cervix has Ryan Tannehill in there for the Thursday night matchup, so it could be interesting. I know he's got Russell Wilson on his bench. Will he get excited and put Russell Wilson in there and decide that ankle and knee is good enough to play, or will he stick it out for tonight and see how it goes? I don't know, but Turnpike's missing Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Matthews, so this game could be really close, and I am going to go ahead and pick it. I'm going to put Cervix Crusader 4-0, keep him rolling. Other matchups, one very close to the matchup of the week, Dick and Cider versus Ladies and Edelman. This is our 4th place team versus 5th place team. And yes, that's right, Brad. I already looked at your lineup. I know you're starting Jameis Winston this week, so looking forward to that. And hopefully Von Miller will have something to say and be eating crab legs come Sunday night, buddy. So good luck to you there. And Bender Over versus Afternoon Delight, and not much to write about this one because it's a 1-2 versus an 0-3, but you guys don't know other than these two are good buddies, and I'm really expecting, Brett and Doug, some trash talk, some sort of email exchange this week, and something that says, hey, I'm better than you, so let's have it. It's already Thursday, and we haven't had anything about it, so let's go. So Can't Touch My TDs versus the Pussy Slayer. Believe Preston has a win. I'm not sure. I apologize. Didn't write that down. But Dylan's 1-2, looking to get on track and keep it rolling. So Trump, let's see. Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead. I really should give the toilet bowl of the week to Fuelmaster Mike versus Dingus. But Dingus, I hate to pick on you. I hate to put you in there 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to go ahead and say that you guys are just a notch above that. And why am I calling an 0-3 versus a 3-0 the toilet bowl of the week? And I apologize to Chris. The Horn Dogs, the number 1 team in the league, but just happened to look, and Yahoo is actually predicting that the Trump U team is going to win. And I thought, how is that possible? This guy must have a bunch of buys, something like that. But no, actually, Chris's team just flat out isn't predicted to score a whole lot. Big pickup by Trump U, picks up Terrell Pryor. Of course, the news broke today that Josh Gordon going back into rehab, which really bums me out because I'm a big Josh Gordon truther. And, of course, I have him on my team in this league. But big pickup, and he's starting Terrell Pryor, and Yahoo's calling for the win, and so am I. So get yourself out of that 0-3 hole. Get your first W. Let's see it. Come on, Choi. You got it, buddy. And I need Horn Dogs to lose, too, because they're in my division. So, anyway, but continuing on, I guess the last thing here, don't forget, guys, of course, the buys are starting now, starting to get serious about the league and who's a good manager and who can actually get out there and and make moves and pick up players. So it's really important to follow your team. I don't have any questions about this league. I can't believe how much everybody's really into it, and there's just slim pickings out there for running backs and stuff. And so I love that it's a competitive league. I think you guys see that too, and are happy with that. And lastly, don't forget there's a game in London this week, and so I believe it's a 9:30 Eastern kickoff, something like that. So early morning start, but hey, we got early morning football. I love that. Colts versus Jags. So that's it. Get your lineups in for that if you have anybody involved with that. I know Julius Thomas is actually questionable in that one. I don't know if anybody else matters, but I care because I got him in another league trying to decide if I want to play him or not. So anyway, that's it. I'm out. Sorry for the long message, but hey, on to week 4. Good luck. Peace out, boys.